All right. Yeah, so channel update or changes, future plans, all that stuff. I took notes so I wouldn't forget anything, so I'd know I'd get everything that I want to say out. First of all, I'm going to be putting a greater focus on making YouTube videos. That was the plan for a while, was to do streaming and then turn streams into like highlight videos to post on YouTube. The problem was when you're streaming for 2, 3, 4, 5 hours plus, going through that much footage over the course of basically one night to edit down the video so it's out in a relatively fast time, so that way it's not like weeks old highlights, was very challenging, especially because I can't just edit stuff. Like, I can't just put clips together and go with it. I have to go above what's necessary. So that was kind of the big problem. The one way I saw that I could use stream highlights to do it was with like reaction videos or reaction just chatting streams and stuff like that, because I can do a single portion of the stream with it. And that wasn't too bad, because then I can just kind of cut out like a 30-40 minute segment and cut it down from there. But since I don't always do just chatting streams and I get caught up in games sometimes, it would make making YouTube videos inconsistent, and I want to be more consistent with that. So first of all, I'm going to do like a full YouTube channel overhaul, because right now it's ArchLP channel, which is, it's like directly connected to my stream, and I don't want it to be. I want to make my YouTube channel my channel, so name's probably just going to be like Patrick Archibald, something like that. New logo, all that stuff, and the videos are going to be like commentary, reaction videos, stuff like that. I feel like even though there's a lot of that already on the internet, on YouTube and stuff like that, Robert and Blake do it. There's a shit ton of like big creators that do it. I feel like there aren't a whole lot with my type of humor, I think. So I'm hoping that I can kind of make it still unique to me. Another point, eventually I do want to make a second channel where I will be doing gaming and stream highlights and stuff like that, which will be an ArchLP channel. But since this is like my main channel that I watch all my YouTube videos and stuff on, I figured I'd just make this one, the Patrick one, and then create a new one for ArchLP. And then ideally, potentially, possibly, down the line, I want to make a third channel. And this is if I ever have the chance to do it. This is more being hopeful than anything. But if I ever get to a point where I have the time to do it, I'd like to make a third channel with like short videos and stuff, or short films and stuff. I want to make short films. That's kind of one thing I really want to get into, and something that I've always kind of hoped to branch into. So that's kind of the plan. Well, not the plan, but that's kind of a dream, is to be able to do that. So that's kind of main things with YouTube. Like I said, I want to do a full channel overhaul with my YouTube, so it's going to be creating new logos, stuff like that. And in doing that, I want to make the logos and stuff on streams, so I will be doing streams where, like, they're art streams, making new logos with chat, stuff like that, so we can kind of work on them together with the new laptop that I bought. I want to work on making, like, specific intros and stuff like that I can add to the video so they look nice. This isn't something that's going to happen immediately, is basically what I'm saying. Like, I want to do all this stuff before I start making the YouTube videos. I want to have it, like, fully prepared, so the second I start going into the rework, it's basically just ready to go at the level that I want my content to be at. So yeah, it's gonna be a little bit before we get to that point. That being said, the second part of the plan means I'm gonna have to stream less, at least to start. I plan on taking a day or two a week off of stream, so on my normal schedule, instead of streaming like 4 days a week, I'll be streaming 2 or 3. That way I have time to, like, I have a full day or two to record, edit, and just get videos out. In doing that, if I find that I can make videos and still stream at night, that will be the plan. But before I commit to that, I want to see just how, like, time consuming the video making is, for me at least. I think once I get into kind of a flow and a habit, I can probably do it at the very least with only taking 1 day off, but I want to wait and be sure that I can do it before I commit to that, basically. So yeah, we're gonna be taking a day or two off from streaming so we can actually get more focus on the YouTube side of content creating. Hopefully focus on actually growing the channel more, because that's kind of a big thing. Is I've noticed that I've kind of like stagnated in growth, which growing isn't necessarily my main focus, but it is a focus because I want to be able to do this for like a career, or at least a part-time career. But in order to do that, I need to be able to grow, and I'm just not noticing that so much on Twitch. And when it is, it's inconsistent, which is fine. But when there isn't that growth, it's very easy for me to get into like a rut and kind of I get days where I think about like, oh, I gotta stream tonight, but do I really want to? You know, it's like some days it feels like I'm streaming because I know that I do want to stream, and I know I want to be streaming, but I don't know if that day that I want to stream. But I force myself to do it, because if I don't, then I'm definitely not gonna grow. It's just it kind of fucks with my head a little bit. So I definitely feel the need to at least try and switch things up to find a way to grow outside of Twitch. But yeah, that's really kind of been something I've been thinking about a lot lately. As far as streams go, like with YouTube, I said I was going to focus more on commentary, reaction style stuff. The content I make on streams will still be relatively the same. It's going to be a variety of shit. Playing games, watching videos with streams, stuff like that. I know lately I've been playing a lot of Escape from Tarkov because there's not a whole lot else out right now. But I'd like to start going back to kind of what I was doing, where I'd have one main game that I'd play, and then I'd add like random indie games from here and there. Go back to working on the game recommendations tab in the Discord, so that way I'm playing games that you guys want to see me play, even if it's not necessarily like the high viewer counts games that are on Twitch. Which, again, taking a step back from Twitch and being able to post on YouTube to focus growth happening on YouTube will make me less stressed about what I decide to stream. So I won't be focusing on like, oh, well, I need to keep streaming the same game night in, night out, even if the game's frustrating me, just because that's the best way to grow. Because variety content isn't the best way to grow on Twitch. So now I won't have to worry about that so much, because Twitch will be more like, oh, I get to hang out with my community and the chat and have fun with them, rather than, oh, I'm trying to grow. So I'm hoping that kind of brings a little less stress and like anxiety with streaming, because again, that's just been like a lot lately, where it's just instead of actually like wanting to stream, being excited to stream, I'm like, okay, yeah, I gotta stream tonight, so we'll go for a couple hours and then I'll get off. I mean, that's basically it. I mean, I had a couple more points that I want to make clear that this isn't like I don't enjoy streaming. I feel like I've done that already, but I do want to like really hammer home. I still enjoy streaming. I still enjoy hanging out with chat. I enjoy like seeing the familiar people in chat and hanging out, but the stress that has been surrounding it lately has been what's kind of making me switch things up a bit. But I do still not even just like enjoy streaming myself. I just like the overall ability to have that immediate like interaction with the people that are viewing my content, like the people that are supporting me, the people that are enjoying my content, that immediate interaction with them, so we can have like an actual conversation. I love that. So I definitely want to keep streaming for that. Even if I decide to go like way more focus on YouTube, I don't see myself not streaming. Even if I only stream one night a week, because I'm doing so much with YouTube and other stuff, I still want to stream at least sometimes so I can interact with you guys. And kind of the last point is, like I said, I don't see myself like not streaming anytime soon. I enjoy doing this, and I'm gonna do it until I don't enjoy doing it. But I'm at a point in life, not even like streaming, like my outside life away from streaming and stuff like that, where it's like a lot of decisions need to start being made so I can actually like focus on the future. And I figured what I'm gonna do is make like a kind of a hard push to seeing if I can make streaming, YouTube, content creating in general a career of at some extent. Like it's so hard for me to find the words. Like I know what I'm trying to say, but finding the actual words to say is what's kind of catching me up. But like over the course of the next year and a couple months. So basically, my birthday's in March. I'll be 24. By the time I'm 25, I want to at least see that there's potential and like actual viability in me making this a career. I don't expect to be like full-time content creator at that point, maybe if I get lucky, but I don't expect that. But I'm just hoping that I'll have a bit more of a consistent growth, or consistent like just some, yeah, a consistent growth, basically just stability and a constant upswing of at some level, so I know that there's actual potential for me to do this. And at that point, if I'm noticing that, then I can continue to kind of put more focus into content creating and stuff like that. Whereas if I get to 25 and I realize maybe there isn't potential for me to do this as a career, at that point I gotta start focusing on like actual viable future plans. So that's kind of another thing that's been on my mind a lot lately, is just the fact that I'm kind of past the point, honestly, where I should have some grasp or idea of what I want to do with my life, but I don't. I have, like, outside of this, I don't know what I want to do. So I either need to put a ton of focus into this and try everything in my power to make this something that I can actually do, or I need to know that I can't do this and focus on finding what it is I do want to do outside of this. But that's it. That's all I got. So yeah, TLDR, if you will. I'm going to be putting a lot more focus into YouTube eventually. And by eventually, I don't mean like off in the future. I mean like within the next, hopefully by the end of this year, that I can put a lot of focus into that. Take a couple days off from streaming and be able to make like a real solid, consistent push to growth, and hopefully get some form of an answer about whether or not this is viable. So that's kind of where I'm at. And this isn't like, I've already mentioned a couple other times that this was a possibility. This is something I've been thinking about. So this isn't like I thought of this today and that I'm going to go with it. This is something that's been on my mind a lot for like a couple months now. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. And I want to keep you guys as involved with my thought process and my decision making and everything as possible, because you guys, especially at this stage of my development in content creating, you guys are just as much a part of this channel as I am. You guys are the reason that I still do it, because if I didn't have anything right now, if I didn't have any viewers, if I didn't have anybody in chat every night, I after a year and a half now, I wouldn't be doing it. But the fact that I have noticed growth, the fact that you guys are here, is kind of the thing that's kept me going. So that's how I know how important you guys are to this channel. Yeah, like I said, I want to keep you guys as involved as much as possible, because you are so important to my existence as a content creator. But hopefully moving forward, we'll be able to create a new norm for what my channel is and what my content is. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I look forward to the future. So yeah. Probably shouldn't have said so yeah there. I felt like I had a high point that I could have ended on and didn't.